Hi class, this week we are getting into chapter 3. So there's a couple things I really want to point out to you with chapter 3. We are now learning how to take this data and utilize it so it can tell us the story about what we're interested in and what we're looking at. And so with this week, we're going to examine different databases and different statistical programs that we can utilize. Now in this class, we are only going to use Excel. In stats, when you take stats, you will learn how to use R. And if you go on into many of the social sciences, you'll probably also learn how to use things like SPSS. So I want to take you into the information for this week. So required materials. One of the things that I did a little differently this time is I gave you some particularly required materials for labs. And I did that because your lab this week is teaching you how to use Excel and how to manipulate some data in Excel, but many of you may not have ever done this before. And so this is one of those times where I want you to take a pause and realize the reading for this week is not very intense. It's going to take you through learning how to do computations in R. You can just skip that. We're not doing that. So I want you to read through, really go to those terms and understand those terms, because as we get a little bit deeper, you're going to want to do that. Take the time to watch all the videos that I've posted. It's really important, particularly starting with sorting in Excel. What you will be doing this week for the lab is you will be doing VLOOKUP, you will be sorting, you will be creating charts, you will learn how to group by numbers. You'll be doing all of these things. So what I would recommend as we come over here to what's next, and we are not going to go there, as we come over here and we go into the lab, you can see that you are going to, for example, create a data dictionary. You're going to do a VLOOKUP. You're going to do charts in Excel. You are going to practice utilizing SQL. This is a very programming type concept, and we don't need to know how to program. But I want you to get comfortable and a little bit more okay with using SQL concepts. So what I would actually recommend is watch the video and then begin to do this portion of the lab. The other thing that I've provided you here is a data sheet. This data sheet has hints, tips, and gives you the ability to not only have this information, but genuinely just open this up in Excel, because this is terrible from here. But it will have a sheet with instructions. It will have data for you. It'll have ways for you to plug and play, so you can create this in the best way forward. So if I come over here, you can see I have all of these tabs available down here. And so now this is where you're going to create your data dictionary. This is where you have a few different directions. This is how you're going to create some frequency tables and so on, okay? So I've given you this to help you, to provide you obviously with the data, but then also for you to have a sheet to fill out and complete. So as I said, definitely download that versus the other version. Please let me know if you have any questions, and just pace yourself and take the time. And I think that you will find this to be very straightforward.